Today we will see Class 12 Legal Studies Unit 5 Legal Profession in India. A. Introduction. The modern legal profession in India has colonial roots, emerging with the advent of mayors' courts in Madras and Calcutta in 1726. However, it was not until 1846, through the Legal Practitioner Act, that the doors of professions were thrown open to all those duly qualified, certified, and a good character, irrespective of their nationality or religion. Women were still excluded from the profession at this stage, to be thereafter admitted through the Legal Practitioners (Women Act 23 of 1923). The legal profession in India, which includes both the practice of law as well as the professional legal education, is regulated by the Advocates Act 1961. The Bar Council of India (BCI) is envisaged under the Advocates Act as a body for regulating the minimum standards to be maintained by the institution imparting legal education in India. The reformation of legal education in India, undertaken since the late 1980s at the initiative of the BCI, University Grants Commission (UGC), the Law Commission of India, and various state governments, has led to the establishment of various national law schools in India in the last 2 decades. This movement, which was pioneered by Professor N.R. Madhava Menon, who was instrumental in the setting up of the first national law school in Bangalore, and other leading academicians in India, has resulted in the establishment of around 17 national law schools and a few other new generation law schools in the public as well as the private sector. India has the second largest population of lawyers in the world, second only to the United States. The number of persons admitted to practice law in India has increased from about 70,000 at time of independence in 1947 to some 1.25 million in 2014. B. History of the legal profession in India. The timeline given below provides an overview of the history of legal professions in India leading up to the enactment of the Advocates Act in 1961. 1726 and later 1753 Mayor's Court. There was no established legal profession until the establishment of Mayor's Court. Those who practiced law were devoid of the legal training, and some of the functionaries under the Mayor's Courts were dismissed servants of the British East India Company. 1774 Supreme Court of Judicature, established by a royal charter at Calcutta. Similar courts were established in Madras 1801 and Bombay 1823. The Regulating Act of 1773 empowered the Supreme Court to approve, admit, and enroll advocates and autonomy at law. Attorneys of record were authorized to appear, plead, and act for the suitors. Attorneys were not admitted without a recommendation from a high official in England or a judge in India. The term advocate at that time was extended only to the English and the Irish barristers and the members of the Faculty of Advocates in Scotland. Attorneys similarly referred to British attorneys and solicitors only. The Kolkata Supreme Court, therefore, appeared to be the exclusive bastion of British barristers, advocates, and attorneys. The charter included in India the British system of legal practice and professions. Indians had no right to appear before the Supreme Courts. In bracket, this trend continued in Bombay and Madras as well as although both these courts were established much later. 1793, the Bengal Regulation 7 of 1793 created for the first time a regular legal profession in the Company's Court. The regulation was one for the appointment of vakils or native pleaders in the courts of civil judicature in bracket Sardar Diwani Adlad in Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. Only Muslims and Hindus could be enrolled as the pleaders. The regulations also provided for the Vakalatan Manama, the party would execute a Vakalat Nama in favor of pleaders, authorizing him to represent the party and act on his behalf in a matter. This was the genius of the Vakalat Nama as we know today. The Bengal Regulations 27 of 1814 consolidated the law on the subject. The pleaders were empowered to act as arbitrators and to give the legal opinions on payment of fees. Thereafter, in 1833, the Bengal Regulation 7 modified of the provisions of earlier regulations regarding selection, appointment and remuneration of these pleaders. It permitted any qualified persons of any nationalist and religion to be enrolled as a pleader in the Sardar Diwani Adalat. 1846, the Legal Practitioners Act of 1846 was the first pan-India law concerning the regulation of Indian legal profession. A religious test for the enrollment as a pleader was abolished. The persons of any nationality, religion could be enrolled as a pleader. Very barristers enrolled in any of Her Majesty's courts in India became eligible to plead in the Sardar Atlats, subject to the rules of those courts applicable to pleaders as regards language or any other matter. The Legal Practitioner Act also permitted vakils to enter into arguments with their clients for their fees for professional services. 1879. The Legal Practitioner Act of 1879 repealed the Pleaders Mukhatar and the Revenue Agents Act 1865. During this time in British India, there were 6 grades of practitioners: advocates, solicitors in bracket attorneys, and vakils of the High Court, and pleaders and mukhatars and revenue agents in the lower courts. Vakils became a district grade above the pleaders. The Act brought all the 6 grades of legal practitioner into one system. In 1923, barristers of England had come to occupy a predominant position in the legal profession. The Government of India in 1923 appointed the Indian Bar Committee, popularly known as the Chamber Committee, to address the existing disparities in the legal professions. It was chaired by the Sir Edward Chamber, a retired Chief Justice of the Patna High Court. The committee in its report stated that it was not the practical at the time to organize the board on an all India basis. However, the committee suggested the establishment of bar council for each of the high courts. The committee suggested that a bar council should have power to make the rules in matters such as qualifications and admission of persons to be advocates of the concerned high court, legal education, discipline, and professional conduct of advocates, terms on which the advocates of another high court could appear occasionally in the concerned high court or any other matter preceded by the high court. In 1926, giving effort to the Chamber Committee recommendation, the Central Legislature enacted the Indian Bar Council Act 1926. The act was to provide for the constitution and the incorporation of bar councils, to confer the powers and impose the duties on bar councils, and to consolidate the regulations pertaining to the legal profession. The Bar Council could, with the consent of the High Court, make rules for 1a. the rights and duties of advocates of High Court and professional conduct, and b. the legal education and examinations. The Act eliminated the two grades of practitioners, the vakils and the pleaders, by merging them in the class of advocates who were entitled as of right to practice in the High Court in which they were enrolled, and in any other court in British India, subject to certain exceptions. The High Courts occupied considerable influence in these matters, and the Legal Practitioners Act 1879 remained intact. Bleeders, muckaters, etc., who were practicing in Mushifil courts remained out of the scope of the Act. Thank you. Sharing is caring. Subscribe for more knowledge. Comment your thoughts.